Mrs. Bauman in the art room once again. And today I have a question for you. And my question is, do you like winter? And if you say yes, I want to know what is your favorite thing to do with the winter? Well, today I am going to read you a story, and it's called Snip, Snip, Snow. And it's about a little girl who thinks it's never, ever going to snow. And she just cannot wait to build a snowman. So I want you to listen to the story, and then when we're done, we're going to make some snow of our own. So enjoy the story. Here we go. Today's story is called Snip, Snip, Snow by Nancy Poiter. Snip, snip, snow. Sophie thought it would never snow. The trees were bare, the ground was hard, the air was crisp, but there was no snow. When Sophie went outside, she had to wear her heavy jacket, mittens, and her hood. But there was no snow. Noses were chilly, cheeks were rosy. You could see your own breath, but there was no snow. No snow, Sophie said as she stomped into the house after school. It's nice without snow, said Sophie's mom. No snowballs, said Sophie. No snow on the walk, Mom said. No snow on the sledding hill, Sophie complained. No shoveling, Mom added. No snowman, Sophie grumbled. Well, one evening, the weatherman forecast snow. Snow, sighed Mom. Snow, squealed Sophie. Snow, snow, snow. I'm afraid snow's in the forecast, announced Sophie's dad. We know, said Mom. We know, said Sophie. Sophie put her boots by the door, her sled by her boots. She put a carrot, a box of raisins, and a hat. Don't forget the broom, said her Mom. Don't forget the scarf, said her dad. It looks like you're going to have your snow. Sophie could hardly eat, but she did. Sophie could hardly sleep, but she did. And in the morning, though, when she looked outside, the ground was still bare. Where's my snow? Your storm is stalled, said her dad. We might not get it at all. Sophie thought her mom and dad looked too pleased. At school, Sophie asked if they could make their own snow. Please, 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 she begged. Mrs. Bauman, the art teacher, let Sophie give everyone a stack of white paper and scissors. They folded and snipped and folded, and each snowflake was a surprise. No two were alike in the whole classroom. Sophie made an extra snowflake to take home later. Look at the floor, said Mrs. Bauman. We made it snow in here, cried Sophie. Time to clean up, Mrs. Bauman said brightly. Time to plow and shovel, Sophie mumbled. Sophie made a paper snowman out of the scraps by her chair. I'm recycling, she told Mrs. Bloom. Sophie taped her snowman to the window. Oh, she said as she peered out the window. Snow! Teeny tiny flakes were wafting through the sky. Teeny tiny flakes were falling through the bare branches. They softly settled on the swings in the slide. They softly settled on the school steps on the windowsill. Shh, said Mrs. Bauman as she opened the window a little. Hear how quietly they fall. On the way home, the snow came faster. Sophie caught the snowflakes on her mitten. No two were alike. They were beautiful. Snow, she yelled to her mom. I know, her mom said. It's beautiful. Shh, whispered Sophie, and she held the door open. Hear how quietly they fall. There's going to be plenty of snow, said her mom. Enough for snowballs? Asked Sophie. Enough for your boots, said Mom. Enough for sledding, squealed Sophie. Enough for your snowman, Mom said. And the next morning, there was. And that is the end. What we're going to do today is we are going to get out your paper and your scissors and a pencil and meet me back here to make snowflakes together. Well, I hope you enjoyed that story, because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you how to take an 8.5-inch square piece of paper and turn it into a snowflake, a one-of-a-kind snowflake. What you'll need is a scissor, and if you want to have a pencil, I think that might be a good idea. In your blue folder, I gave you 2 sheets of white paper that are squares. What I'd like you to do is take one and watch what I'm going to do. You might want to watch the whole video one time through and then replay it and stop it and follow along with me. So what you're going to do is you're going to fold your paper in half. Now this sometimes is the hardest step for some of the kids. What you want to do is take your fingers and move those edges so that they touch the edges. Don't put it like this and push it down, because then you're not going to have a good snowflake. What you want to do is try to be exact. Hold it here, press it down here, and then what you want to do is turn it the tall way. I call this my front door, and take the bottom and move it up to the top. When it touches the top, this might be tricky. What I like to do is push really hard on that fold and then take your fingers and follow this all the way up, and don't push it until it's lined up pretty good there, okay? And then rub those folds really tight. That's a secret to a really good snowflake. Then when you take your scissor, you need to know that the sharpest part is right in here. This is like an alligator's mouth, and when he puts his jaw down, it's really strong right here. What you're gonna do is you're going to cut out, today we're just gonna do triangles for our very first time, and we're gonna do triangles on this side. We're gonna do 2 triangles on this side, 2 on this side, and 2 on this side. Watch me do this. I'm going to take my scissor and open it all the way, and I'm going to put my mouth of the alligator down at the bottom, and then I'm going to turn this way so that the triangle falls out. Now some kids go like this. Now that doesn't make a snowflake. You have to cut out your triangle, and if you don't cut high enough, sometimes they won't come out, and then kids try to rip it. Well, then it doesn't turn out either, because your snowflake rips. So open your alligator mouth and snip all the way to the last cut. And then what you want to do is you want to go to this side and cut a couple more. And they can be big or they can be small, but let me tell you a secret. I'm going to turn to this side. When you cut down here, you don't want to cut all the way up to your last triangle. You just want to cut like that so they fall out. Open, cut, and then here's my last side. I want you to cut again, let it fall out, cut again, and let it fall out. Now, if you're at home, you don't have to do this, but if you're at school, what I want you to do is write your name with a pencil on your snowflake so that if it gets lost, we'll know whose it is. And once you clean up and you put all your scraps in the garbage, then you may open up your snowflake. Are you ready to see this? Ta-da! There is my first snowflake. I can't wait to hear how yours turn out. I'm going to take my other piece of 8-inch paper and I'm going to do it again. So I'm going to remember, hold it at the bottom. Don't just slap it down. This is hard, but I don't want your parents doing this for you. I want you doing this. This is really, really, really good practice for a kindergartner. Too many kids don't know how to fold a paper in half, and it happens by practicing. So you practice a whole bunch today so that you get really good at folding papers in half. Then, remember, rub that crease down, grab the bottom, and then what I say to the kids is kind of feed it up. Feed it up to the top like this. When it gets up there, push it down. Now, if you had a hard time cutting out triangles, what I suggest is that you take a pencil and draw triangles on each side of your square, okay? You know how to make triangles. These are the A triangles. And once you do that on each side, you'll be able to have a line to follow if you need it. But if you don't need the line, skip that step and go ahead and just cut out your shapes. I'm gonna make this one really tall just to see what happens. And I might even make a baby one down here. All right, so then what you do is, again, open your scissor all the way wide, cut all the way to the top of that pencil, turn it like this, pull it out, cut out the next one, cut out the next one, make them fall out as you cut them. Uh-oh, this one didn't work, so I gotta go back and cut it out. There, it worked, but I missed this little piece. Huh? All right, watch this. Cut here. Turn it this way. Cut here. Cut here. If you go off the line a little bit, it's okay. Cut here. And cut here. Now remember, don't open it up until you shovel and plow. This might be one of the reasons your parents don't like snowfalls, because they got to go out and shovel the driveway. So if you help them out by doing this, they'll be happy to let you make more snowflakes, I think. So then, if you're at school, remember to write your name on it. If you're not at school and you're at home, you don't have to do that. But then look at this. Ta-da! There it is. Now, the beautiful thing about these is there are no two snowflakes that are ever the same. So you can cut and cut and cut and make a bunch of these and decorate your window for winter. Next week, we're gonna try this again, but we're gonna move on. I call these level 1 snowflakes because they're the easiest kind of snowflakes. Next week, you watch my video and we're going to make level 2 and level 3 snowflakes. I can't wait to show you. I hope you had fun and you have a great day. Bye-bye.